Hi, grade 3. Here's some box of shocks. Right after lunch that day, we have English. Mr. Franson is famous for giving strange assignments. I'm trying to push the bounds of your imagination, she says. For this assignment, she wants us to bring a pet to school. It's not like the pet day you had in kindergarten, she said. I want you to bring your pet, and then you're going to do an oral presentation about their life. But I just don't want to hear about how old they are and some of the tricks they can do or what food they eat. I really want to get inside your pet's head and try to imagine how they see their lives. For example, what would Melissa's dog say about his own life? What are his favorite things in the world? What does he worry about? Does he find life boring or frightening? Really, use your imagination to dig deeply into how your pet feels. The assignment should be very challenging and fascinating. Mrs. Franson says all of her assignments will be challenging and fascinating. In other words, really hard and mind-boggling. How are we supposed to know what your pet's thinking? Kelly calls back out of the room. My hamster has a very limited vocabulary. Mrs. Franson taps the side of her head with her index finger. By using the power of your creative mind, she said. Of course, you can't know exactly, but I want you to stretch your thinking to imagine what they might be thinking. There are all the usual questions about how long your presentation should be and how many marks it's worth. And then I ask, what happens if you don't have a pet? Even though I have my Siamese fighting fish Bubbles, I have other reasons for asking. If you don't have a pet, I'm sure you'll be able to find one to borrow. Ask a relative or friend. I'm sure they wouldn't mind you lending you theirs. Mrs. Franson says, if anyone doesn't think they'll be able to bring a pet, please raise your hand. There's a buzz of chit-chat around the room, but no one raises their hands, not even the kid. I know he doesn't have a pet unless he catches some mice running around in the old house. And it's pretty unlikely that he can borrow one. As far as I can figure, he has no friends and his only relatives are his crazy parents. But the kid's arm doesn't move. He isn't going to raise his hand. That doesn't matter. I have a plan. And now we'll be on chapter 13. And there's 16, so we're getting close to the end. Have a great day, and I'll come back to you again soon with Box of Shocks. Bye, grade 3.